Have you ever caught yourself saying very good over and over again? Maybe in a conversation, a presentation, or even in casual chats with friends. It happens to the best of us, and honestly, it can make your English sound a bit repetitive and less vibrant. But here's the exciting part. There's a treasure trove of words you can use instead of very and good. That will not only upgrade your vocabulary but also make you sound like a confident native speaker. And in just a moment, I'm going to share 200 words and phrases that will replace very and good forever in your daily English. Before we dive in, if you're ready to take your English from ordinary to extraordinary, give me a quick like. It really helps keep this channel alive and sharing more great lessons with you. Now, let's start with the word very. You know, very is like a magic word to intensify meaning, but it's also the most overused intensifier in English. What if I told you there are so many more powerful and specific ways to express the same idea? Let me say that again slowly. Instead of very, you can use words like extremely, incredibly, remarkably, or exceptionally. Now repeat after me. Extremely, incredibly, remarkably, exceptionally. Perfect. And now at normal speed, extremely, incredibly, remarkably, exceptionally. And one more time faster. Extremely, incredibly, remarkably, exceptionally. Great job! What's really cool about these words is that each carries a slightly different emotion or emphasis. For example, exceptionally has a more formal tone, while incredibly feels more casual and enthusiastic. Here's something interesting. Native speakers often use different intensifiers depending on the situation and what they want to highlight. It's not just about saying very. It's about saying it with style and precision. And speaking of style, let me tell you about a student I had who was stuck always saying very tired. Once she learned to say exhausted, her English sounded so much more natural and expressive. Now let's practice this together right now. Repeat after me. Exhausted. Again. Exhausted. Try saying it like you're really tired. Exhausted. That's it. You see, learning these alternatives can help you sound more natural and less repetitive. And if this is making sense to you, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Moving on, what about the word good? Good is such a versatile word, but it's also quite simple and overused. Imagine how much more vivid your English would be if you replaced good with words like excellent, superb, outstanding, or remarkable. Try saying these with me. Excellent, superb, outstanding, remarkable. Now at normal speed. Excellent, superb, outstanding, remarkable. And one more time faster. Excellent, superb, outstanding, remarkable. Notice how each word conveys a strong positive feeling but in a slightly different way. Superb feels very polished and formal, while outstanding emphasizes something that stands out above the rest. This is where it gets exciting because expanding your vocabulary with these words allows you to express exactly what you mean with precision and flair. And here's a secret that most people don't know. When you replace very good with a single, stronger word, you sound more confident and fluent. For example, instead of saying, "That's very good," you can say, "That's excellent." Let's practice that phrase together. That's excellent. Repeat. That's excellent. Now a bit faster. That's excellent. Feeling good? If so, hit the like button to let me know you're enjoying this lesson. And now, let me tell you a quick story about how using precise vocabulary changed the game for another learner. He was preparing for a job interview and kept saying, "I'm very good at communication." After learning words like effective, persuasive, and articulate, he changed his answer to, "I'm highly articulate and persuasive in communication," which impressed the interviewers greatly. Isn't it fascinating how one word can create such an impact? Now here's something interesting. There are also many phrases you can use instead of very good depending on the context. For example, if you want to praise someone's work, you might say, "Well done, great job," or "fantastic effort." Let's practice those. Well done, great job, fantastic effort. One more time. Well done, great job, fantastic effort. Keep these in your toolkit because they come in handy in everyday conversations and formal settings alike. And don't worry, I'm going to give you plenty more examples soon. But first, let's slow down and practice some pronunciation with common words that replace very. Repeat after me. Terrific, wonderful, magnificent, fabulous. Now at normal speed, terrific, wonderful, magnificent, fabulous. And faster. Terrific, wonderful, magnificent, fabulous. Perfect. These words not only replace very, but also often carry the meaning of good, so they kill two birds with one stone. Imagine saying, "That was a terrific movie," instead of, "That was a very good movie." Doesn't that sound so much better? And if you're still with me, drop a comment below and tell me which word surprised you the most. Sharing your favorite helps others discover new words too. Now let's talk about when to use these words. Context matters. For instance, fantastic is great for casual conversation. But if you're writing a formal email, excellent or outstanding might be better. Speaking of emails, here's a phrase you can use instead of very good job in a professional setting. Your work is exemplary. Say that with me. Your work is exemplary. That sounds impressive, right? And one more time. Your work is exemplary. Keep practicing this because sounding professional can open many doors. And here's another tip. Try mixing these words with other intensifiers to create even richer expressions. For example, truly outstanding, absolutely remarkable, or highly commendable. Say them with me. Truly outstanding, absolutely remarkable, highly commendable. Now at normal speed, truly outstanding, absolutely remarkable, highly commendable. One more time faster. Truly outstanding, absolutely remarkable, highly commendable. Feel that flow? This will make your English sound more polished and natural. Here's where it gets even better. By learning these alternatives, you'll also improve your listening skills. Native speakers rarely say very good. They use these richer words, and once you recognize them, understanding spoken English becomes easier. Now, before I continue, if you're finding this helpful, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next parts of this series. I have so much more to share that will transform your English. And speaking of more, let me tell you about some common pitfalls learners face with very and good. One mistake is overusing very with weak adjectives. For example, very nice or very happy sounds okay, but replacing them with delightful or ecstatic makes your English sparkle. Repeat after me. Delightful, ecstatic. Now at normal speed. Delightful, ecstatic. And faster. Delightful, ecstatic. This not only shows your vocabulary growth, but also lets you express your feelings more precisely. And by the way, you don't need to use very with all adjectives. Some adjectives are strong enough on their own. For example, tired versus exhausted. You wouldn't say very exhausted, right? That's redundant. So, learning strong adjectives reduces your reliance on very. Try saying these pairs after me. Tired, exhausted, happy, delighted, sad, heartbroken, good, excellent. Now at normal speed. Tired, exhausted, happy, delighted, sad, heartbroken, good, excellent. Great! These pairs give you a natural alternative to very plus adjective combinations. And here's something interesting. Some adjectives change meaning completely when combined with very, so it's good to be aware of that. For example, good means something positive, but very good just strengthens it. However, hot and very hot might mean different things depending on context. But don't worry, with practice you'll get the hang of it. Let me slow this down for you and say some example sentences. Repeat after me. The weather today is scorching. The movie was fascinating. She's an exceptional singer. This book is captivating. Now normal speed. The weather today is scorching. The movie was fascinating. She's an exceptional singer. This book is captivating. Faster. The weather today is scorching. The movie was fascinating. She's an exceptional singer. This book is captivating. Beautiful. These sentences replace very hot, very interesting, very good, and very interesting naturally. And if you're enjoying this, please give a thumbs up so I know to keep making videos like this. Now let me tell you about how these words work in conversation. When you want to compliment someone, using a strong adjective instead of very good makes your praise more memorable. Imagine saying, "Your presentation was outstanding" instead of "Your presentation was very good." Which sounds more impressive? Definitely outstanding, right? So try this with me. Your presentation was outstanding. Again, your presentation was outstanding. One more time. Your presentation was outstanding. Keep this in mind for your next conversation. And if you can, write a sentence using outstanding in the comments. I'd love to see how you use it. Now, moving to another category, verbs. Did you know you can intensify verbs without using very? For example, instead of very like, you can say adore or love. Repeat after me. Adore, love. At normal speed. Adore, love. Faster. Adore, love. These words are powerful and make your English much more vivid. Or instead of very hate, use detest or loathe. Say these with me. Detest, loathe. Normal speed. Detest, loathe. Faster. Detest, loathe. Fantastic. This adds color to your expressions and helps you communicate your feelings precisely. And here's a quick practice. Think of one thing you love and one thing you detest. Then say a sentence using these words. For example, I adore chocolate, or I loathe waking up early. If you want, share your sentences in the comments. I'm excited to read them. Now, as we keep going, let's talk about adverbs that replace very. Instead of very quickly, you can say rapidly or swiftly. Repeat after me. Rapidly, swiftly. Normal speed. Rapidly, swiftly. Faster. Rapidly, swiftly. And instead of very slowly, use gradually or deliberately. Say these with me. Gradually, deliberately. Now at normal speed. Gradually, deliberately. Faster, gradually, deliberately. These adverbs make your descriptions much more precise and interesting. For example, instead of he walked very slowly, say he walked deliberately. Let's try that sentence. He walked deliberately. Again, he walked deliberately. One more time, he walked deliberately. Perfect. This kind of practice helps you sound more natural and fluent. And if you've learned something new so far, hit that like button and subscribe for more lessons. Now, remember earlier when I mentioned the impact of tone and formality? Let's explore that a bit more with words that replace very good depending on the situation. In informal settings, you might say awesome, cool, or fantastic. Try these with me. Awesome, cool, fantastic. Normal speed. Awesome, cool, fantastic. Faster. Awesome, cool, fantastic. These words are great for casual conversations with friends or online. But in formal contexts, use excellent, superb, or exceptional. Say them. Excellent, superb, exceptional. Normal speed. Excellent, superb, exceptional. Faster. Excellent, superb, exceptional. This way, you're matching your vocabulary to your audience, which is a very important skill. And speaking of skills, here's a tip. Try to learn new words in groups or themes like we're doing now. This helps you remember them better and use them more naturally. Now let's slow down and practice a few sentences with formal praise. Repeat after me. Your report is exceptional. She delivered a superb performance. The results are excellent. Normal speed. Your report is exceptional. She delivered a superb performance. The results are excellent. Faster. Your report is exceptional. She delivered a superb performance. The results are excellent. Fantastic. If you found this useful, please share this video with a friend who wants to improve their English. It's a great way to help others and practice your skills. Now, let's wrap up our journey with some exciting examples that combine these powerful words to replace very good and very. Imagine you're describing food. Instead of very good, say delicious, mouth-watering, or exquisite. Say these with me. Delicious, mouth-watering, exquisite. Normal speed. Delicious, mouth-watering, exquisite. Faster. Delicious, mouth-watering, exquisite. Or for weather, instead of very cold, say freezing, chilly, or frigid. Repeat, freezing, chilly, frigid. Normal speed. Freezing, chilly, frigid. Faster. Freezing, chilly, frigid. Isn't that fun? You're painting pictures with words now, not just repeating boring phrases. And here's the real power. When you learn to replace simple words like very and good, your English feels more alive and natural. It's like turning up the volume and color in your conversations. And as you keep practicing, your confidence will grow and people will notice how fluent and expressive you've become. So keep practicing these words and phrases every day. Use them in sentences, conversations, and even in writing. The more you use them, the easier it becomes. And if you want me to create a downloadable list of all 200 words and phrases we talked about, just say yes in the comments. I'd love to help you with that. Now, before I say goodbye, let me remind you to subscribe to the English Journey Podcast Shadowing channel. We've got many more lessons coming that will transform your English step by step. If you enjoyed this lesson, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your favorite new word, and share it with someone who wants to sound more like a native speaker. Remember, the key to mastery is practice, and practicing with these powerful words will bring your English to the next level. Keep shadowing, keep repeating, and keep speaking confidently. Thank you so much for joining me today on this exciting journey. Until next time, keep learning and keep shining.